Okay, the message today is that there is a new octave expression that is desiring to be shown to the world because you're a diamond with many facets, not just one. Let me go ahead and show you this, right, hands down. So the first message is attraction. Attraction basically talks about something that's calling for your attention, but also the intention that you've been calling in. Okay, I was supposed to say attention, but intention. And right now the sun has just gone, so we're just going to roll with it. Again, you could be switching the filter and how you see yourself. Also, the filter could be shifting and how other people see you, almost like an adjustment process where I'm seeing somebody kind of double take at themselves of, oh, what's shifted in my environment, or people doing that with you of, oh, what shifted within you, and also the things that you're doing. So let me go ahead and read attraction for you real quick. So attraction talks about it's a force which makes an object, person, or situation, pattern, etc. move towards another, vice versa, and it's the magnetism it creates that's so large that it attracts energy bodies continuously that find themselves face to face. So I'm seeing you look in the mirror and it's almost as if you're looking into a parallel version of self, but I'm seeing it be the highest possible expression of you. And that's also what's going to be mirrored externally, but it talks about an energy that's being sent out and a similar one is being received. So it's some kind of attraction, right? Something that you are being also pulled towards, something that you could feel yourself gravitating towards, even if that's like a version of self in which you're becoming. Now the second message is stratosphere. All these messages collapsed all together, so I'm seeing this as you literally collapsing into this version of self. I'm also seeing that leading to you collapsing into a reality. Okay, so because after this energy, right, we have wormhole, and with wormhole and stratosphere, this is a protector energy. So I'm seeing it as you being protected through this transition, but then also people feeling protected as they undergo a transition by utilizing you as a point of reference, because the person entering into the wormhole is completely different, okay, than the person who exits. And I'm seeing that as a transformation. It kind of reminds me of those magic tricks where they have that interchangeable clothing and they like pull up the curtain and then they pull it down and that outfit has just completely switched and everyone's like, wow, how did you do that? And so it's something that you've been able to do, something like a gift that you've been able to cultivate or come back to throughout lifetimes. So let me go ahead and read stratosphere for you. This basically talks about you taking on the role of a protector, but it's your connection to the earth. And I'm hearing the abilities and gifts and codes that you've actually not only weaved but scattered through this and many other existences that you're returning back to. This reading is getting really exciting. So the stratosphere fulfills the role of protector for all forms of life on planet Earth. At the highest point you can find the ozone layer, which is responsible for absorbing the sun's ultraviolet rays. Strata means layer, and it's a space of perfect dynamic balance and constant temperature where you'll find no storms or turbulence. So I'm seeing resistance to change, resistance to entering the wormhole, and the only constant is change. But as you surrender and lean into that change, all you're doing is naturally flowing with the current of the river and utilizing its power as your own. And that's the universal current in the cosmic construct in which you exist in, okay, in which you were incarnated into. So you're flowing with the universal flow, which is to embrace your own fluidity, embrace your own interdimensionality. So enjoy the ease and peace and protection that it brings you. Life as we know it would not be possible without it. So it's a portal of 333, which is a potential portal. It's about stepping into your highest potential. What if you were being a certain version of you, thinking that that was your full potential, when in reality you're evolving into a version that expands and extends far beyond that. And I'm seeing it as branches that extend and expand far beyond this matrix, which is super interesting. So it tells me that you're navigating this world, but with a higher level of awareness that extends far past the system. And then you also had wormhole that came through from time. So wormhole is essentially a shortcut, or you collapsing time by basically remembering yourself as an eternal being. Wormhole talks about the unfoldment of time, and this is a journey that's happening through time, or how time is experiencing itself through you. Entering a wormhole is a powerful shortcut. It's a far quicker it is far quicker than the time it would take to do something conventionally. The wormhole is a portal itself and is the only way to travel faster than the speed of light. Enjoy this shortcut in time that can quickly bring a paradigm shift. So this is a shift in how you're thinking about yourself and your own potential on this planet. There's a shift when it comes to your life on Earth, because we also had pulled the world card. So that is intercommunication with plasma, intercommunication with source, while being immersed inside of the creation that source has created, right? That you have created for your infinite fractal expression to experience itself in this terrestrial plane. But with life on Earth, it's like you've awoken within the construct. So what will you choose now that fear is not a factor? If fear was not a factor, what would you choose? That's something that you're entertaining. Those are the timelines in which you're opening up to, and I'm hearing you're being called to allow yourself to be received in. Okay, so life on Earth is a really, really beautiful card. You're shifting the way that you relate to your journey on Earth, particularly emotionally, as you come back into this remembrance. When it comes to, I'm hearing your true infinite nature. And then of course you have time, which talks about universal time, and then also human time, all right, and the human perspective of time. And we're playing with time in this dimension. Time is simply consciousness traveling into a new event, and that new event is you. It's like you're experiencing a new event within yourself, because you're experiencing yourself liberated in this experience as you choose to consciously activate, embody, and express this, I'm hearing, long-awaited octave to fully be immersed in this experience once again. And we have a blue dragonfly literally flying around us, and that is a dance of transformation and change that's happening in your life right now. It might feel like you're hanging between timelines where one has ended while a new one hasn't fully formed yet, or I'm hearing hasn't fully sprung forth or emerged on your path. And the funny thing is, it's not something that's just emerging from your path, it's something that is actually emerging from you, that you're going to see projected on your path. That could be a past and an opportunity. I'm hearing a new way of being that's leading to a new way of you moving through this existence. The message that we have today is the sacred pause of the Hanged Man. This is something in which you've already moved through, and it's a moment where your old path dissolves while a new one quietly begins to assemble in front of you. And when it does, you step forward as the Fawn. The way I was seeing it was stepping into a new experience, and it's this person barefoot stepping on the ground and kind of dipping their toes in new water. This could be new terrain or new territory, and you're stepping forward as the Fool, which is you kind of taking a leap of faith, and you're being grounded into the Emperor octave or archetype. So this is about you becoming very established in a very particular field, very established in this new terrain in which you're stepping in, where it may feel like it's new in some ways, but in many ways it's also a return to. Let me go ahead and share with you the message that we have, which is the halls of amenti initiation. This is about you being initiated further into this next stage, into this next step, and it talks about a reconfiguration that's happening. So you're in a deep initiatory chamber at this time. You may feel that things are heavy and challenging, but know that a reconfiguration is happening, and you're definitely in this time dilation bubble as this happens, where there is this safe passage of corridor for you, where a path reveals itself to you as you walk the path. Yeah, very much so. Energetically, you're going through an initiation that will allow you to go beyond the fears of the ego and transcend the limitations of the physical realm. You might not feel that light is present as you're in the middle of this phase right now, but know that light is within you. Even though you could feel frustrated or overwhelmed, a lot of this anxiety is actually old energies that are stored within your physical body that are being released so that your vibration can rise. So you're definitely moving into a high octave. You've gone through this refinement period. And when we talk about the Hanged Man, the Fool, and the Emperor, these aren't separate energies outside of you, but instead they're states of consciousness that you move through. So the Hanged Man is in this moment of suspension where he is seeing life from an aerial perspective. Okay, he is above the ground, hanging himself upside down on the tree of knowledge. That's what Odin does. And he is seeing the ruins or illusions of his life clearly for the first time. And he's recognizing that nothing is truly outside of him. Everything comes from him, and then it's refracted holographically into his projection. That's people, that's opportunities, that's experiences, that is everything on your path. It's consciousness meeting itself over and over again through the form of a experience, through the form of what could seemingly be a challenge. I'm hearing that is turned into an opportunity when you choose to see it and feel about it that way. That will ultimately shift the way in which you're navigating this next phase. So it's a moment of suspension where life seems to pause. It felt like for you that nothing was happening, but that's because something much deeper was organizing within you, and thus your field. So you don't force a path. The path is revealing itself to you. It's almost like you're being like water in the way where we have a river right here. And as you allow yourself to be like water, outward things are disclosing themselves to you. So you're not chasing the path, and the moment that you kind of surrender to the path and recognize it as yourself, that's when the extraordinary begins to happen. As you'll see, it feels like you're being invited, quite literally. That's when you'll see the beckoning happen, where there are places of, I'm hearing unimaginable experiences, things that you couldn't have planned all by yourself. And the beautiful thing is, I feel like you're holding no expectations on the path that you're walking. You're walking it for the pure experience. And you're allowing yourself to be pleasantly surprised by everything that you find in all the many forms in which you've manifested into. Seeing it from the lens of being interconnected to all things. So even though you may not see the full shape of what's coming, you're being lowered back to earth. You're grounding and planting your feet. Okay, I'm hearing your field. You're grounding and planting your field in the field around you. And you're arriving at a remembrance that you're not just the body moving through time, but time is moving through the body and refracting into the very field that the body moves through. You are the very field in which you're experiencing yourself in. So that was it. You were hung above the world, and the land beneath you was calling you home, to be able to walk upon the earth with this remembrance. And it's a homecoming, it's a you have arrived. And so the Fool represents this next leap. Now that you've arrived at this remembrance, it's not reckless movement, but it's you trusting the unseen path that's revealing itself to you through moments of stillness, where you're moving forward without actually needing to know the exact direction and what that looks like. As you can see, we have the sun peeking through, so it's almost like clarity finds you in your field when you don't plan for it, but your field is open and receptive to what may find you. And I'm hearing also circumstances in which you may find yourself in. That's what I see. The Fool is transforming into the Emperor, and the Emperor is the octave within you, where this path is no longer something that you imagine, but it's a path in which you become. It's a path in which you embody. So what once felt uncertain begins to take form very quickly in your life. I'm hearing that begins to take structure. And you're trusting the ways in which you're being called to do that. As you walk the path continues to unfold. Everything will find you in the meeting because you are what you seek. And I'm hearing what you seek also seeks you. So is there some kind of assistance that you've been calling in? Maybe plasma beings? I'm hearing incarnated into physical forms. We're all bioplasma beings that are assisting you. I'm hearing each one becomes a stepping stone across the river of change. And what it is that you've been carrying when it comes to those stones are going to be the very things that you're actually going to be able to utilize to help you leap onto the other side of an entirely new way of navigating this existence. It's one evolution with the self, and the many selves that you're experiencing yourself evolve into as you journey through space and time. So it feels like this is the new beginning of a new octave that begins to emerge. And really, it's not anything that's new. It was something that was always within you that's finally ready to become, I'm hearing, apparent to the world to see. The last message we have is universal order. So you are the one with the ordering principle in the universe. You can witness the principle of geometry and mathematics galaxies that form chaos into spirals. You're an integral part of the great mystery, and without you in the equation, everything would be incomplete. That's how important your unique energetic signature is, your subjective lens. That's how important you are. So change is the only constant. And you have experienced yourself change many times within this lifetime alone. And this is just a new phase of your change, a new stage that you're phasing into. So own it and express it and embrace it. And I'm gonna love and leave you right there. Let me go ahead and show you the beautiful view that we have before we go. As you can see, we have a beautiful view right there. And we're just in the off-beaten path, the road less traveled.
Path, definitely.